Police are investigating a shooting in Pasco that sent a teenager to the hospital Monday night. We'll tell you where the investigation now stands coming up. And tempers flared at Pasco City Hall during a heated debate on the future of retail cannabis sales within city limits.
And we'll have a look at your morning road conditions. It looks like a little ice and even a little snow popping up on the radar. We'll let you know what to expect for the rest of your Wednesday. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Brianna Berman Solo. Happy Wednesday, middle of the work week, and we've got a lot in store for the rest of the week. Today though, nice and quiet.
Yes. It's lovely.
Yeah, depending on where you live. If you love nice, quiet snowfall, we do have some of that the farther we get closer to the mountain. So let's take a look right now at the radar picture. This is the third morning in a row where we have a better chance of snow in the Yakima and Kittitas valleys than we do farther east in the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, and Pendleton. So looking right now at the radar picture, you can see, again, throughout the western valleys, there is some light snowfall right now, but it is so light the radar's having a hard time picking it up, and it should be over soon. Mostly cloudy otherwise. That sunshine should return this afternoon. It's cold. Grab a jacket. 20s in the Tri-Cities. And in Connell, 39 degrees in Walla Walla right now and 33 degrees in Yakima. Your rush hour forecast showing cold, cold, cold conditions continue, but we do dry out. So again, watch for ice everywhere this morning. Even if you don't see snow falling at your house, you could still run into slick spots with these cold temperatures below freezing. Then we'll be in the 40s and 50s this afternoon. Showers by the end of the week, but a great weekend forecast in store. I'll have the details coming up in just a few minutes. Jill?
We have new information this morning on a shooting in Pasco that sent a teenage boy to the hospital. This happened about a block away from a Pasco Rite Aid, which is where the 14-year-old boy was found with gunshot wounds. Several agencies responded and started to look for the shooter. Police now say they have identified a suspect, but no arrests have been made yet.
Officers who were on scene established containment and began a search of the area. They were unable to locate the suspect at that time. Detectives responded to process the scene of the incident, which occurred at 22 and Henry. The suspect has been identified. His identity will not be released at this time.
Police say the boy was transported to a local hospital, received emergency treatment, and is expected to recover. Sergeant Groom with the Pasco Police Department says it's likely the first aid the teenager received from bystanders helped him recover so quickly. An ongoing debate in Pasco. Should marijuana businesses be allowed to open within city limits? This discussion has been going on for months, and at the last meeting, more than 100 people gathered in the Pasco City Hall chambers. With a topic like cannabis, there are people who support and oppose retail sales, and even some who don't live in Pasco showed up to speak. But it wasn't actually that debate that brought along some heated words. It was that the city had actually voted on allowing cannabis sales in industrial zones back in January, but in February the vote was rescinded, citing they needed more time to talk about it. Notable residents in the community lashed out at the council for their actions, saying they don't like what happened, and the council responded.
At dark 30 at night, Madam Mayor, you all of a sudden were confused and wanted to withdraw your vote, even though your community member asked you and agreed with you with the decision that was made. I would suggest that you consider what you've done and what how you're representing your community.
Everything's done in the public eye. That's what we do, and we have a good reputation for that. And I'm offended by the attacks of my fellow council members.
And despite the discussion, no decision was reached at the meeting, and the discussion is shelved until the next one in 2 weeks. A Yakima shelter is taking legal action, asking the Washington State Supreme Court to protect its right to hire employees who align with the organization's values. The Union Gospel Mission in Yakima says a recently changed Washington law is preventing them from filling crucial positions. Legal representation for UGM says for years, it's been able to exclusively hire people who align with their Christian values, including individuals who are not part of the LGBTQ+ community. But the Washington State Supreme Court recently changed that exemption for religious organizations like Union Gospel Mission. This is similar to the situation Seattle Pacific University experienced last year. That lawsuit was dismissed by the Attorney General's office. In this instance, UGM is asking a federal judge to restore its hiring rights as a religious organization.
We've had to take down a couple of positions. We've gotten some really hostile applications from folks that don't understand our religious rights and don't understand our religious identity. This is a really severe environment for organizations like ours, and we need some help. We're scared to death of what's coming down the pipe for us.
We asked the Attorney General's office about this matter. They said they're not investigating Yakima Union Gospel Mission and, quote, "I can only assume that this anti-LGBTQ+ law firm is desperate for any way to push its extreme theories in court," end quote. Later on Good Morning Northwest, we'll hear more from UGM and its lawyer, who says people are threatening the organization via job applications. The Washington Department of Ecology is investigating a Yakima landfill. It's concerned may be contaminating the air. Ecology says neighbors have reported odors and plumes of steam or smoke coming from the Anderson landfill for years. And recent air sampling by the company that owns the landfill, DTG Recycle, shows unsafe levels of chemicals. Ecology says it's looking at potential contamination and has an agreement with DTG to allow it to get more data.
That will help us figure out, how contamination got into those places, and from there we can make more definitive conclusions or statements about what might be going wrong.
Ecology is asking for your feedback on its investigation online on the Ecology website by March 30th or by attending a virtual Zoom meeting from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on March 15th. Over the weekend, Richland police posted a warning on social media saying they've gotten so many complaints about reckless driving and street racing that they've assigned extra officers to the problem. But this isn't just a local issue. Illegal street racing and other stunts have gotten so bad across the state that lawmakers are now looking at harsher punishments for people caught participating. The mayor of one Seattle suburb says the setups are getting more elaborate.
Cars will block off portions of the intersection, and then they're doing burnouts and donuts in the middle of the intersection, and it's extremely dangerous.
Traditional enforcement and arrests aren't making an impact, and how we have to transition and come up with new strategies.
We know street racing is already illegal, so now lawmakers are focusing on consequences. Senate Bill 5606 says if you're arrested for illegal racing, your car could be impounded for 3 days. If you're convicted of a second offense, the courts could take your car away. This proposal has passed the Senate ahead of today's deadline and is now up for debate in the State House. A death at the Spokane Tribe Casino's construction site. Casino managers say one worker died in an accident yesterday morning after part of the casino collapsed. Swinnerton, the contractor for this project, made a statement calling this a formwork collapse. Formwork is the mold in which concrete is poured and left to dry until it's hardened. The company says it's unclear what caused the incident and that it's too early to speculate. Swinnerton says its management and safety teams are working with investigators on site. The project site will remain closed through at least today. One man who was in the parking lot when the accident happened described what sounded like a large explosion. When asked if something fell, police and the casino's general manager could not say.
We want to reiterate with the tribe, we want to keep the family in our thoughts and prayers, and all the construction workers. We're trying to provide services as needed for mental health professionals and health and human services as well to ensure their care and the family's care as well.
A team was sent out to notify the family of the person who died. We'll return in just a moment, but first, Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo joins us live now for another quick look at weather.
It's cold and quiet this morning in the Tri-Cities. Coming up, we'll talk about when we see a few showers return to the forecast in your extended outlook.
The Fed is looking at raising interest rates again, but one senator believes that plan isn't in the best interest of the American people. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get into Ford F-150. All amped up and ready for work or play. Get 0 for 36 plus $3,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT at your local Ford dealer.
I just wanted a chance to clear the air. Why don't we just leave the air where it is? I was jealous of you, the cool drummer girl. You were Karen Carpenter.
I get that a lot.
My son-in-law, Dr. Barrientos, and myself took over this practice in 2013. Our philosophy is that the power that made the body heals the body. As we remove the interference to the nervous system through chiropractic adjustments, then the body can take over and heal. We use several different techniques in our office. Many of our patients come to us after having minor pains and discomforts. Some are caused by falls, some are caused by motor vehicle accidents, work injuries. We treat all of those things here at our office and see very good response to those treatments.
So here at Westside Chiropractic Center, we offer Invisared, which is the only FDA-cleared IRB clinically proven device to provide weight loss reduction, fat reduction, and inch loss. And we are able to target fat, cellulite, stretch marks, and all that kind of stuff, all in this matter of 12 sessions, which ends up helping you lose anywhere between about an inch per session. And we also offer spinal decompression, which is a mechanical traction of the spine. We help all kinds of people, anywhere from your soccer mom that's stressed out about the holidays to those poor people that are in a car accident or an L&I injury, so that they're able to continue to go to work or continue to function in society.
When it comes to supplying the farm, come to Northwest Farm Supply. Keep a flock healthy and happy with the largest selection of Purina around, plus all the equipment you need to keep the farm running right. And we have the best customer service, we really do. Northwest Farm Supply in Hermiston, Prosser, and Othello.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together.
Get 0 for 36 plus $2,000 trade-in cash on an in-stock 2022 Escape. Only at your local Ford dealer.
E.T. followed by Extra tonight at 7 on Cap KVU.
It's about to get more expensive to borrow cash. That's because the Fed is promising steeper interest rate hikes, and one senator is especially unhappy about it. Here's ABC's Liz Nagy.
Verbal fireworks on Capitol Hill as Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell faced off with Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Chair Powell, you are gambling with people's lives.
Powell said the central bank is now prepared to raise interest rates higher and more frequently than expected as it tries to get inflation under control, even if that means job losses.
The process of getting inflation back down to 2% has a long way to go and is likely to be bumpy.
Warren argues there are other ways to fight inflation, like addressing supply chain issues and cracking down on price gouging. She says under the Fed's plan, millions of Americans will lose jobs.
If you could speak directly to the 2 million hardworking people who have decent jobs today, who you're planning to get fired over the next year, what would you say to them?
Inflation is extremely high, and it's hurting the working people of this country badly. All of them, not just 2 million of them, but all of them are suffering under high inflation, and we are taking the only measures we have to bring inflation down.
Senator Warren also argued the Fed's moves could trigger a recession.
Since the end of World War II, there have been 12 times in which the unemployment rate has increased by 1 percentage point within 1 year. Exactly what you're aiming to do right now. How many times did the economy fail to fall into a recession after doing that? Out of 12 times.
I think the number is 0.
That's exactly right.
Chairman Powell noted even if the unemployment rate were to rise a full point, it would still be among the lowest unemployment rates in 75 years. A big proposed merger is now on hold. The Department of Justice is suing to stop JetBlue from buying Spirit Airlines. JetBlue said the deal would help them compete better against Delta, Southwest, United, and American Airlines. But on Tuesday, Attorney General Merrick Garland said that It's not the kind of competition travelers need.
JetBlue and Spirit compete on hundreds of routes that serve tens of millions of air travelers every year. This merger will limit choices and drive up ticket prices for passengers across the country.
JetBlue says the Justice Department has already signed off on mergers that led to 4 airlines controlling about 80% of the market in the United States. And they say even if JetBlue and Spirit merged, they would only control about 9% of the market. Coming up, a longtime Yakima bookstore is closing its doors unless it manages to find a buyer with a love for books. And Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo returns with a look at your First Alert forecast.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
To all the Chevy Silverado owners out there, the adventurers and the doers, thank you for making Chevy Silverado the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup.
It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups and get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado with a turbo high-output engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter, and oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4 cheese mac and cheese or burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
Hey, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams.
All right, open your eyes. Welcome home.
All right, we'll see you later. Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
This newscast sponsored by Dairy Queen. Now, KapKView First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo.
Bringing up the Legends Skycam Network camera once again to show you that it's another quiet start in the Tri-Cities. But if we brought up a camera, which is down right now, it's being worked on, new and improved Yakima camera is coming soon from the Legends Skycam Network camera. You would see what I'm seeing right now on the radar, and I'll bring up the radar to show you that Yakima, Toppenish, this is the 3rd morning in a row where you're going to see just enough snow. It's briefly moving through right now that you may not see it falling by the time you head out the door, but you'll feel the effects, slick conditions out on the roads and sidewalks where we don't see quite as much ice in the Tri-Cities Walla Walla, Hermiston, and Pendleton. It is cloudy to start. Flurries will be possible here. We are seeing clouds being picked up by the satellite picture before the 6 o'clock hour. Those clouds will continue to push from south to north, and you can see that very early this morning. Again, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., we still have a chance of light snow over the Yakima Valley, but once you head out the door, if you leave after 7 a.m. today, you'll see the effects of ice out on the roads. And it's cold enough for ice. 33 degrees, right around freezing in Yakima, 31 degrees in Ellensburg. We know just a couple of degrees can be the difference between rain and snow, so wintry mix is also possible in Yakima this morning. We've got dry, cold conditions. Tri-City's much colder, 23 degrees. 32 degrees at the freezing point in Hermiston right now. So let's plan out your day. We have the cold conditions this morning. It's still not warm enough by 4 o'clock to leave the jackets at home. You'll need them all day long. Plan accordingly. Maybe wear a few layers underneath your jacket with the gloves and hats this morning if you work outside. If you are going to be headed home late this evening after sundown, you'll want that warm jacket for sure. 50s will quickly turn into 20s and 30s overnight. By tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies. It will be mostly dry before showers. Spring showers return on Friday. Don't forget to set your clocks forward. 1 hour Sunday, we spring forward as daylight saving time begins. And then we look ahead to spring starting soon as well this month. Still technically winter on Monday, but feeling a lot more like spring. 50s, close to 60 degrees. Now that's warming up, although we'll see showers return as well. Yakima over the next 7 days, similar story, but just a bit cooler than the Tri-Cities throughout the Yakima and Kittitas valleys to the west, closer to the mountains. 20s overnight, cold every morning this weekend after spring showers, and a wintry mix return Friday morning. Will be mostly dry Saturday. Showers move in Sunday night, and then we see a big warm up to start off next week. Jill, I'll send it back over to you.
Encore Books has been operating in Yakima for 30 years, but now it's going out of business. KapKVU's Emily Goodell tells us they only have a month or two left unless someone else decides to buy it and keep it open.
Encore Books is on its third set of owners, and the current owner says after years of running it essentially by himself, it's just getting to be too much. That's why they're looking for new owners to buy the place. Because they're going out of business, they are not currently accepting books to trade in, but if you've traded in books and have credits available, you can still use those. The owner says he's hoping that someone will buy the bookstore and that it will continue to operate, but that it's been difficult to manage on his own, and with inflation, it's just too expensive.
I'm definitely appreciative of everybody that has come in over the years. You know, they are what has allowed us to stay here for as long as we have, you know, and we just love doing this. It's just time to not do it anymore.
They're not sure exactly when they'll be closing at this point, but they're hoping to stay open at least through the end of March or April. Reporting in Yakima, Emily Goodell, KapKVU Local News.
Flames destroyed a popular stop for travel in the Columbia River Gorge. The Sherman County Sheriff's Office posted these images to its Facebook page. The fire tore through a gas station in Biggs Junction, Oregon. If it sounds familiar, it's a spot off I-84 where along the Columbia River, where travelers and truckers often stop. It lies between the Dalles and Boardman, Oregon, near the World War I Stonehenge Memorial. The agency says the first call came in early yesterday morning of thick smoke coming from a dryer. The Oregon State Fire Marshal's office will investigate. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, it's a day to honor the women in your life as we celebrate International Women's Day.
Does your property look like this? With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. They have the expert support you can trust. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration. We'll be there when you need us.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
From KapKVU, Apple Valley Eats.
Hi, my name is Jessica Snook, and I'm the Retail Operations Manager of Roscoe's Coffee, located in Richland, Washington. Roscoe's Coffee has been in business for 2 years in March, and Treasure Valley Coffee has been open for nearly 30 years in this area. Treasure Valley Coffee is a family-owned business owned locally here by the Ross Kelly family. They started out in their garage and they have developed and grown into so much more. They built this beautiful warehouse about 3 years ago where we roast 5,000 to 10,000 pounds of coffee a week, and they had always had a dream of opening a retail site to be the face of their company. That's where Roscoe's Coffee came in. So we bring in coffees from all around the world: Guatemala, Honduras, Costa Rican, Tanzania, and many more. Roscoe's Coffee offers a signature coffee club membership. We offer a 2-pound or a 4-pound option that will renew on a monthly basis, so you don't have to think about stocking that coffee cabinet. We can ship it to you, or you can pick it up at Roscoe's here on Logston Boulevard. Roscoe's Coffee, I really feel that it's very important to give back to our local community. If it wasn't for our community, we wouldn't be here either. So I find it very important to give back. That's why we have the fundraising program. A portion of every cup sold gets donated back to local veterans. We want to make sure that we are giving back where we can.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Water damage comes from anywhere. With 24/7 emergency service, First Choice Restoration will be on site for any disaster within the hour. With the best restoration experts for water damage, you can trust us as your premier restoration partner. Never the call you want to make, always the first choice you should take. First Choice Restoration.
Celebrate the Oscars this Sunday on Cap KVO.
All right, the time right now is 5:26, and this is not a live image, but it was an image taken just minutes ago from one of the traffic cameras up at Stevens Pass. You can see the mountains got another blanket of snow yesterday. This is great news for snowpack. Water levels will be great later on this year when we talk about drought in the summer. Here's what we're tracking right now wherever you live. We are looking at spotty snow showers and cold temperatures this morning. It's cold enough for snow. Look for ice even if you don't see any snow falling this morning. We'll talk about what to expect this weekend coming up in just a little bit.
Well, today is the day to celebrate the achievements of women. I guess it could be any day as well, and support action against gender inequality. It's International Women's Day.
Yeah, and the big awareness here is just international equality for everyone. You can mark the day by taking part in a march for women's equal rights or participate in a related fundraiser, festival, lecture, or seminar. And post to or with the hashtag International Women's Day so you can share it with everyone.
Yes, and you can keep celebrating for the rest of the month because it's also National Women's History Month.
And speaking of this, in honor of Women's History Month, Jill, the big announcement?
Well, Mattel made these Barbies to honor the Wojcicki sisters, who the company calls STEM trailblazers.
That's right, and we're letting you know about Susan Wojcicki, a former YouTube CEO, and she was the 16th employee to join Google in its earliest days. Anne Wojcicki is the CEO of the at-home DNA testing company 23andMe, and their other sister, Janet Wojcicki, is a professor of pediatrics. What was in the water in their family? And epidemiology at the University of California in San Francisco. They've got a secret, I think, that now is being displayed here with STEM Barbies.
Busy women. Well, these one-of-a-kind dolls aren't for sale. Mattel plans on gifting them to the Wojcickis.
I love that.
That's really cool.
Can you make a Barbie of me? What would it be?
Meteorologist Barbie.
Okay. Meteorologist Barbie, you heard it here first. I'm going to work on one for you. TV anchor Barbie, they probably already have
I think they probably already exist.
Okay, that's why we don't need them. All right, here, you know what you do? Oh, our director just said they already exist. Okay, and she also probably wanted to say, let's get to the weather forecast. So if you're headed out the door soon, we'll get you ready for cold, icy conditions, but sunshine returns. I'll let you know when, coming up.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, new details surrounding the violent kidnapping of 4 Americans while in Mexico, and some authorities believing it was a case of mistaken identity. And legislators from both the Republican and Democratic parties are taking on Fox News amid the release of internal emails and text messages.
In today's Tech Bites, longer videos coming to TikTok. The new series feature allows eligible creators to post videos up to 20 minutes long. They can also decide how much to charge viewers to see their work. TikTok plans to allow more creators access in the coming months. Next, ChatGPT is coming to the workplace messaging platform Slack. The company announced a new AI-powered app that can summarize meetings and write messages to colleagues in seconds. It takes one click to draft a reply. The Slack chatbot can also help find answers about any topic or project. And the NFL will have a holiday gift for its fans. Next season's Black Friday game, set to be streamed on Amazon Prime, will be free even for non-subscribers. The matchup hasn't been set yet. Amazon says it wants to give everyone a free sample of Prime benefits. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Oh, Miss Flores, what would we do without you? Leader of many and pet wrangler too. You report to your boss every afternoon.
So beautiful.
So becoming a student again might seem impossible. What if a school could be there for all of you? Career, family, finances, and mental health.
Oh, no.
Well, it can. National University, supporting the whole you.
Dry skin is sensitive skin too, and it's natural. Treat it that way. Aveeno Daily Moisture with prebiotic oat is proven to moisturize dry skin all day. You'll love our formula for face too. Aveeno.
Think Mom's mad about her favorite shoes? Nope, because Bank of America lets her switch her Choice Cashback category to online shopping, so she earns more on a replacement pair.
With the Bank of America customized cash rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewards.
2 of the 4 Americans kidnapped in Mexico are back on U.S. soil this morning, leaving some of their loved ones with a sense of relief and others a sense of despair. And amid the release of internal messages, D.C. lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are firing back at Fox News, claiming the station downplayed the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
And we have a look at your morning road conditions, your Wednesday forecast right now.
From KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Brianna Berman Solo. Happy Wednesday, halfway through the week. The weekend is in sight. We'll have a few changes, but otherwise pretty quiet right now, depending on where you live.
Yeah.
It's so quiet. Yeah, it's shocking.
Not a lot to talk about.
Yes, you're used to me coming in and say, okay, we've got big storms, we got a blizzard, we got that. No, today we just get to enjoy the silence. Okay, so taking a look right now at where we do have a little bit of activity going on, and we do have a little bit of caution for you this morning. So we do see a light dusting of snow right now through the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. Once that wraps up, all that will be left behind is ice on top of whatever fell yesterday there. We've seen 3 mornings in a row now of light snowfall freezing to the roads in Yakima. Tri-Cities, though, we haven't seen the snowfall. It's just colder, 23 degrees right now, so icy conditions are still possible over bridges, overpasses. Those freeze first once temperatures drop down into the 20s. Planning your day, we've got 30s during the 8 o'clock hour, 40s by lunchtime today. It's not a warm day, but you'll need fewer layers by 4 o'clock, sunshine and chilly today. Big changes on the way by Friday before a beautiful weekend. We'll have your extended forecast with all the details of what's in store before we spring those clocks forward. 1 hour daylight saving time begins this weekend. Looking ahead to spring, a lot to look forward to. Jill, first I'll send it back over to you.
This morning, Mexican authorities say they've made at least 1 arrest after 4 Americans were kidnapped in Mexico. 2 of the victims are now back in the U.S., the other 2 others found dead. We now know the likely reason the group was targeted as they crossed the border for cosmetic surgery. ABC's Lindsay Watts is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, the 2 Americans who survived a kidnapping in Mexico are back in the U.S., arriving in a convoy of ambulances, SUVs, and military trucks. A 3-day search for them ending at this shack outside of Matamoros, Mexico. Officials say it's where they found the 2 who were killed and 2 survivors. A mother of 5, Latavia Tay McGee, was found alive, according to her mother.
I had to hold on. I was thinking the Lord. I said, thank you, Jesus, that there is a God.
She says her daughter has no major injuries, telling us earlier that she had urged her not to travel to Mexico for cosmetic surgery. Also rescued, Eric James Williams. His wife says he was shot 3 times in the legs and is hospitalized in Texas.
I didn't even want to imagine what he was going through, or, what any of them were going through.
The brutal kidnapping was caught on camera. The 4 traveled from South Carolina on Friday, and when they crossed into Matamoros, gunmen chased them, opening fire on their white minivan. The other 2 members of the group, Shaheed Woodard and Zindell Brown, were killed during the attack. Mexican officials say this was a case of mistaken identity. A source close to the investigation tells ABC News that investigators believe the gunmen may have targeted the vehicle because they wrongly believed the group of Americans were rival human traffickers.
We will continue to work closely with the Mexican government to ensure justice is done in this case.
The city where this happened is right across the border from Brownsville, Texas. It's an area plagued by drug cartel violence, and the State Department has issued its highest level do not travel warning. A wider range of chemicals have been discovered in the contaminated waterways near the site of the Ohio train derailment. Researchers from Purdue University sampled water from 2 contaminated creeks in East Palestine after February 3rd's derailment. They say they identified more contaminants than reported by the state's Environmental Protection Agency, including one chemical that's a byproduct of burning that can cause coughing and shortness of breath. The team's findings have been sent in a letter to the U.S. Senate Committee on the Environment and Public Works. The committee is holding a hearing on the train derailment Thursday. Now, new backlash this morning after Fox News showed new video of the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Many Republicans are now slamming the report, accusing host Tucker Carlson of deceiving his audience. It comes amid new evidence in a $1 billion lawsuit against Fox. Here's ABC's Lindsay Watts with the latest.
I think it's bull.
This morning, bipartisan outrage at Fox News host Tucker Carlson after he claimed surveillance video from the January 6th riot proves the attack was mostly peaceful chaos.
These were not insurrectionists. They were sightseers.
Lawmakers accuse Carlson of downplaying the attack, including Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell, who held up a letter from the Capitol Police yesterday, criticizing Carlson for cherry-picking calmer moments from the riot.
It was a mistake, in my view, for Fox News to depict this in a way that's completely at variance with what our chief law enforcement official here at the Capitol thinks.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who gave Carlson exclusive access to the surveillance video, says he did it for transparency and has no regrets.
Each person come up with their own conclusion.
Carlson also aired new video of Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, who died from a series of strokes after being assaulted. According to Carlson, the video shows Sicknick walking in the Capitol after he was attacked.
Apparently in good health after he was supposedly killed.
The Sicknick family blasted Fox, saying, "Every time the pain of that day seems to have ebbed a bit, organizations like Fox rip our wounds wide open again, and we are frankly sick of it." This all comes as thousands of pages of internal text messages and emails are being released as part of a defamation lawsuit filed by Dominion Voting Systems against the network. In an email 15 days after the January 6th attack, Chairman Rupert Murdoch wrote, "Maybe Sean and Laura went too far," referring to hosts Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham, who echoed Trump's claims of election fraud. And according to the documents, 2 months after the election, Carlson sent a message to his producer about how badly he wanted to stop covering Trump, saying that he, quote, hates Trump passionately.
And back to the January 6th video, Carlson pointed out Capitol Police walked some protesters into the building during the riot, but security experts say that may have been a strategy by police to calm the crowd. Chief Meteorologist Brianna Berman-Solo is here with a look at your forecast.
Well, still quiet from the Legend Skycam Network camera picture in the Tri-Cities, but we have been tracking snow showers to the west. Coming up, we'll talk about when the sunshine returns for everyone on this Wednesday in your extended forecast.
And women in Texas have banded together to sue the state, claiming its abortion ban put them at significant risk.
Showing how you feel, it's been a while. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
What are the biggest operational challenges on your farm?
data management and displays, navigating the John Deere Operations Center, equipment setup and in-field adjustments. If you have precision agriculture questions, we have the Precision Ag Answers. Join RDO Equipment Company's team of experts for Precision Ag Answers, a collection of videos covering John Deere precision ag technology. Everything from quick tips to basic how-tos and in-depth tutorials.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Every location is conveniently located and gives you the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone, including gift cards for any occasion. Check out the specials and deals today. Open 7 days a week in 5 locations: Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, Hermiston, and West Richland. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
There's something new from Better Than Bouillon. Introducing the Culinary Collection. Chef-created flavor combinations like smoky chipotle and Italian herb that add a little something special to your family favorites. But don't take our word for it. The Culinary Collection from Better Than Bouillon.
At Denny's, we have the best value all day long, like the Everyday Value Slam for only $5.99. Now you can stack your wins and enjoy the sunny side of craveable value. $5.99 every day, part of the all-day Diner Deals value menu, only at Denny's.
What if you could find out how good something was before you even bought it? Like which shirts are actually good at repelling stains from coffee, ketchup, or wine? Well, this morning, that's exactly what we're doing for you. What's really stain resistant? That was like magic! It's try before you buy. This morning on GMA.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Era Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Era Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
A group of women say Texas abortion ban is putting their health at risk, and now they're suing the state. In a lawsuit filed this week, the 5 women say that uncertainty surrounding medical emergency exemptions in Texas has caused them irreparable harm. They say the hoops they had to jump through to get the care they needed left them with both physical and emotional trauma. One plaintiff in the lawsuit, Amanda Zurowski, says it took a year and a half of fertility treatments to get pregnant. But 18 weeks into her pregnancy, her water broke, and she was told by her doctor that the baby would not survive because of Texas abortion law. Zurowski says she became septic before she was finally able to receive abortion care, which caused one of her fallopian tubes to permanently close.
The women behind me have suffered unimaginably because of these bans. And today we are filing a lawsuit on their behalf against the state of Texas.
Coming up, federal lawmakers from both parties have joined together to introduce a bill that could force one of the nation's most popular apps off of American phones. And we'll return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast. That's next.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get into Ford F-150. All amped up and ready for work or play. Get 0 for 36 plus $3,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT at your local Ford dealer.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, stunning smiles for the whole family.
At Vapiano, we invite you to slow down, enjoy the journey. Make a reservation today. Taste wine where it's created. Sample a variety of wines from Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, and make it a day to remember. Vapiano Estates, Walla Walla.
If you're hurt at work, your life can go into a downward spiral.
You're injured. You can't work. Your bills are piling up.
But winning workers' compensation benefits isn't easy.
You're the underdog.
We'll fight labor and industries to get you the workers' compensation benefits you deserve.
If you can't work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call toll-free 1-888-665-8630. Bothwell and Hamill.
Steps to a brighter future with Merit Resource Services.
When you are in need of substance abuse disorder treatment and your burdens are too much to bear alone, Merit will help. Our experienced and certified staff offers support recovery for all in need by providing access to quality assessment, education, integrated treatment services, and co-occurring services for substance abuse and behavioral health needs. Merit Resource Services, where we believe in recovery for all.
Next ET, our Pink exclusive.
Back in the world.
Talking new music, new tour, and putting daughter Willow to work. Plus, we're with the cast of Ted Lasso's Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Cap KView.
Join us for the Active for Life Senior Prom March 23rd from 4 to 6:30 p.m. at the Uptown Theater in Richland. There will be dinner, games, a photo booth, live music, and of course, dancing. Grab your favorite senior, put on your best Roaring Twenties outfit, and dance the night away. We'll see you there.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together.
Get 0 for 36 plus $2,000 trade-in cash on an in-stock 2022 Escape. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Now, Cap KView First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Brianna Bermansolo.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We have a yellow light forecast this morning as this is the third morning in a row where the Yakima and Kittitas valleys to the west, closer to the mountains, will see about a half an inch of snow creating icy conditions. And it's colder in the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla right now, so you may see ice as a result, even if you're not seeing snow once again for today. It is cold everywhere, chilly this evening after we get up close to 50 degrees, right back down to the 40s and then freezing overnight. But a pretty easy drive otherwise. We should see lots of sunshine today. Again, temperatures are colder in the Tri-Cities, Connell. This is where we'll see a few slick spots. Bridges and overpasses tend to freeze first on the mornings that get that cold. Right now, snow is falling a bit warmer in Ellensburg and Yakima. So the pink and blue you're seeing pop up on your screen means a mix of rain and snow. Coming up, we'll talk about the sunshine that sticks around 40s and 50s. Showers for the weekend ahead, and it looks like a few showers next week as well. So flurries, this is a big change. Every day over the next 7 days, we have something different. So Thursday, 50s, a bit warmer tomorrow, but still not warm yet. Spring makes an appearance. We've got showers, and one of the last few weekends of winter here, feeling a little bit more like spring. We start to see a warm up, sunshine, and then spring showers. Even though it will be raining, it's not snowing next week. Close to 60 degrees Monday and Tuesday, a sign that spring is just around the corner. And Yakima cooler, but we do have the same gradual warm up and change. Once we get to the weekend, we do have those showers, maybe a rain snow mix. Temperatures are down in the freezing Thursday night. Friday morning, we'll see chilly conditions and again a wintry mix, but then it's plain old rain. Once the precipitation returns, we warm up next week. Don't forget, I know, Jill, my clock on my phone does it for me, so I can't forget anymore, but if you only have clocks in your home, set your clocks forward 1 hour Sunday morning as daylight saving time begins, and we'll see changes with that as well as we get close to the start of a new season. Jill?
Well, time may soon be running out for TikTok. At least in the U.S., a dozen Republican and Democratic senators have joined forces with a proposal that could pose a threat to the future of the popular social media platform in the United States. John Lawrence reports.
TikTok may soon be taken out.
What I can tell you is that we have certainly made clear some of our national security concerns with respect to the TikTok application, which is why it's not authorized for use on government devices.
A bipartisan group of 12 senators have unveiled legislation Tuesday that boosts President Joe Biden's ability to place a nationwide ban on TikTok.
When it comes to platforms and products owned by foreign adversaries like the CCP, there is next to no transparency for users about where their data is being stored and what the information is being used for.
The proposed law, called Restricting the Emergence of Security Threats That Risk Information and Communications Technology Act, doesn't specifically name-check TikTok, but it would give the U.S. more powers, like a ban, against foreign software deemed a national security risk by the Commerce Department.
I'm really proud to support this legislation and join my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to do something which is necessary, overdue, and critical to get passed as soon as possible.
TikTok spokeswoman Brooke Oberwetter issued a statement that says a possible U.S. ban would have a, quote, considerable negative impact on the free speech rights of millions of Americans. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
TikTok's CEO is scheduled to testify at a House Energy and Commerce Committee later this month, according to a spokesperson for the committee. TikTok's CEO Shou Chew defended the app's ties to China Monday at a Harvard Business Review conference. It comes just weeks before he's scheduled to testify before Congress. Chew discussed TikTok's mission and fielded questions about how U.S. user data is protected from being accessed by China. He said China's government has never asked for U.S. user data and that the company would refuse any such request. He added that all U.S. user data is stored by default in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and access to that data is completely controlled by U.S. personnel. Chew was asked if TikTok would be used to spew Chinese government propaganda to a U.S. audience. He answered by saying misinformation and propaganda have no place on the platform and that he believes it would be bad for business. The federal government is telling airports and aircraft operators they need to be more proactive about cybersecurity. The Transportation Security Administration issued new requirements for them to prove they are actively working to deter hackers. This comes after a researcher discovered an old version of the TSA no-fly list of terrorists on a regional airline's unsecured server. But it's also part of a broader effort by the Biden administration to improve cybersecurity. Just last week, the Environmental Protection Agency said it would require state governments to audit the security of public water systems. When we come back, a teacher in Hawaii is living his dream of teaching music despite never knowing if he'd ever be able to make it happen.
Jason Sudeikis ready to take Ted Lasso into extra time. The hints he's dropping about spin-offs. Then from Wednesday Addams to Scream Queen, Jenna Ortega is back for Scream 6. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Cap KView.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
To start your 4-cheese mac and cheese, you want to put about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of butter in the pan. And then while that's heating up on a medium to medium high heat, we're going to add heavy cream. And you're just going to coat the bottom of the pan. It's about 1 cup to 1.5 cups that we're using here. And we just want the cream to get heated through and the butter to melt before we add our cheese. We use mozzarella, it gives it that nice stringiness. Parmesan, which gives it a salty and nutty flavor. Cheddar, because cheddar, you know, mac and cheese. And then I use a smoked Gouda, and that gives it its smoky, creamy flavor. You have about 1/4 cup of each cheese in here. But you keep it moving because you don't want to burn your cream. Otherwise, you're going to have a sour milk tasting sauce, and that's not good. We're going to add our pasta. We're using macaroni noodles. This is 7 ounces by weight of cooked pasta. And you can see it's getting all incorporated. The cheeses are melting. Now we're going to turn the heat off. It's okay that everything's not completely melted and combined because this is going to go into the oven. Now we're going to put it into the pan. I'm using an oven-safe disposable pan. and it's perfect for takeout. Breadcrumbs. I'm just using a seasoned breadcrumbs. I like to top my mac and cheese with bacon. Now this is going to go into a 450-degree oven for about 6 minutes. And there's your 4-cheese mac and cheese.
See the full line of LG appliances at Fred's. Ask about exclusive and factory rebates on dishwashers, laundry sets, refrigerators, and ranges.
French door LG refrigerators are in stock and ready for pickup or delivery.
LG appliances are consistently top rated. With one stop at Fred's, see LG's full line.
Select from LG top load or front load laundry sets that are in stock.
At Fred's, service and selection equals satisfaction. Come in and see us today.
Welcome Home is your guide to better living in the Tri-Cities Yakima area. We talk with local experts about trends and styles that will make your house a home.
Welcome Home, Saturday at 3 on Cap KView.
I didn't sleep last night.
Live with Kelly and Ryan, today at 9 on Cap KView.
Time now for our close to home forecast, and we've got another morning of snow to start in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. Then by the afternoon hours, the sunshine comes out. Not a whole lot of sunshine the farther west we go, closer to the mountains. Cloudy in Yakima Valley, but again, snow will come to an end this morning. It is very light in nature through the morning hours, and then sunshine returns late in the day, highs in the 40s. We're above freezing in the Tri-Cities. Still chilly, though, at 50s, with more sunshine the farther east you go. Coming up, we'll talk about when spring showers return. We're looking at the last few days of winter here, and 40s and 50s will turn to 60s in northeastern Oregon, southeastern Washington. Jill, I don't know about you. I love every season. But for some reason this year, I am just ready for spring. I am like,
I am too. And it feels good when you start to see the sunlight a little bit earlier. Yes.
And it's not dark at 3:30. So yeah, embracing the changes.
Absolutely. Well, elementary school students in Hawaii have a new music teacher. Even though he can't see them, this blind teacher is giving his kids something to sing about. Lynn Kawano has the story.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. It isn't cool to run out of fuel.
Students at Momilani Elementary School love music class.
Mr. Robico teaches us new songs. I like when we practice our drama songs. I feel like it really makes people feel like they belong there.
The world is a rainbow, with many kinds of people.
Jensen Robical is the new music teacher.
La, 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 la.
The 33-year-old is blind. He lost both his eyes as an infant. Robical was featured on Hawaii News Now 5 years ago when he got his degree from Chaminade and was a substitute teacher at Pearl City Highlands Intermediate. His dream was to be a full-time English teacher, but those plans changed because he couldn't get a job.
One of the biggest concerns that a lot of people have is classroom management. And because I can't see, I have to rely on my other senses.
Performing at places like the Pizza Press was just a hobby until he got hired to teach music at the Chuck James School. The principal at Momilani Elementary then also offered him a job in music.
I didn't get to do the dream that I wanted to do, but I am living age because I do have the opportunity to teach at a school, finally. And I do have an opportunity to make a difference.
He's so passionate about his craft and what he does, so I think this is his calling, this is what he's meant to do, and we're so grateful that he landed at Momilani with us.
Robical says now that he's here, he's happy. He doesn't plan on continuing to try to teach English to middle school students. I guess just sing.
Yes, well, at least, I mean, he went for the music teaching, and it's great to see people accomplish things when they really set their minds to
and
it.
The kids will remember that forever. Not the lessons he was trying to teach, just the music he was singing along the way. Very positive this morning.